Good morning. God gave me a clear revelation today because I've always said that at the root of all sin is self-centeredness, but underneath that there's another root, right? So the root underneath the root is Patrick Carnes, expert on sexual addiction and other addictions also, any kind of addictive behavior. He's an expert, and he said that underneath all of that is a feeling and a sense of being unloved and unlovely. So what we do is we go to these temporary things to satisfy that emptiness within, right? And then it just gave me an awareness and an opening of just seeing how the cycle just continues. So that person is in a relationship with somebody that's in sexual addiction or in addiction. So then it pushes them deeper into self, right? Now all of a sudden they don't see the value in that other person, just like that person doesn't see the value in them. And that's what you have with codependency. So now you got codependent people trying to go find that other person to fulfill that void within, and they never can, right? I love Dan Mohler, and he's a pastor of huge, I love his heart and his messages. He is a freak. He absolutely loves God and loves people, but he's so free, and that's beautiful. So he's the one. Todd White talks about, I'm so free from me that I'm free from you. Now I'm able to love you unconditionally, and actually Dan is his mentor. But Dan was in a place in his marriage where his wife was in an unhealthy place, and she was doing unhealthy things in their marriage, right? And he continued to love her unconditionally, because at the heart was the idea that she's not in that place of understanding who she is right now. I'm going to continue to love her. I'm going to continue to love her and love her and love her. She's the one in trouble, I'm not, right? But so often when anybody does anything against us, we get right into self, because we don't really understand God's love for us, and it doesn't set us free to be able to love people unconditionally. It's always conditional, right? But God's love is unconditional, and it changes everything. So he continued to love his wife through the process, and she got to that point of breaking, and things are more beautiful than ever in their relationship because they've been through some stuff, right? Because he saw her created value. He owned everything in the beginning part of the relationship that wasn't healthy about him. Now all of a sudden, he's 15 years in doing ministry, and there's still those bondages within his wife's heart, and a lot of times we aren't praying for our spouse because they're trapped in bondage. What we're doing is it's all about us, right? But man, what a different way of living. Now all of a sudden, when you see somebody stuck in a place, I'm able to see them from a place of, their value, that they're settling for something less than what God created them for, and it changes everything. You view life in a whole new way. Man, it's a beautiful place to be coming from. Then people can't hurt you. You can hurt for people. You aren't hurt by people, because now all of a sudden you don't need that person to gratify that emptiness within, because you've already been filled. You're able to just love unconditionally. What a place to be. May you experience his unconditional love today, and may he give you new lenses to see people for their value, and not that person that is doing what they're doing is rooted in self, but they're also rooted in a place of feeling unloved and unlovely, because we'd never know what somebody's been going through. And the enemy just gets us to go through this vicious cycle. The more he gets us to go into self, the more he wins. God bless y'all.